When you're creating a marketing asset, you're running a marketing activity, whatever it is, there's two things that you really want to do. You want to create awareness and then you want to create affinity. And once you really roll right into the other one, you create awareness so then you can start creating that affinity. Hi, here I am. Here's the awareness. Now let me explain to you who I am, what we're about, what we do, so that you have a certain affinity towards my brand. And that maybe we can now sell you something or whatever we want to do, right? The issue is that a lot of the things that are out there, a lot of the marketing activities, especially the big marketing activities that you see out there, don't do that. They do just the awareness aspect. And nothing or no situation is more just that, just the awareness side, than TV commercials, or particularly NFL TV commercials. Because, hey, the NFL season is upon us, so let's talk about this. If you follow American football, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm going to try to walk you through as much as I can. There is a downpour. Once this NFL season starts, there is a downpouring of ads that follow this basic formula. In the ad is a famous person, let's say Danny DeVito, famous NFL or former NFL player, in this case, Eli Manning, and some sort of crazy situation and back and forth, a comedic situation that happens between the two of them. And here's the brand, buy our brand. In this case, it was Jersey Mike's. Now, there's one with George Kittle. He's riding in on a deer into someone's living room talking about, I don't know, whatever nonsense, and the ad is for Little Caesars. There's another one with George Kittle, and I don't know, they love George Kittle so much, and Baker Mayfield, they're sitting they're in a backyard singing and whatever, and grilling and whatever nonsense, and the ad is for Bud Light. It's basic comedic nonsense, plus some famous movie stars, whatever it might be, and NFL players. That's the formula that everyone follows, which is a different problem, which I don't want to. I'm going to talk about. That's just a problem, but that's not what I really want to tell you here. What I want to tell you here is that that model doesn't really work for you. If you're a mid-market company, it doesn't work the same way. You need to create awareness and then affinity. What they're doing is they're just creating awareness. Some crazy thing happens, big famous people, you now remember Jersey Mike's. You now remember Little Caesars. When you're driving down the road and you see a strip mall and you're hungry, you'll pull over and go into Little Caesars. Why? Because they are these big companies, these big brands, these international brands or these big national brands, the big national brands, they all have a certain level of awareness, of authority and credibility, and that leads you to being more susceptible to purchase from them. So I'm driving down the turnpike or whatever it is, and I go into a rest stop. I see a Jersey Mike's. I know it'll be quality. It'll be good. I've seen them on TV. I can trust them. Yada 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 yada. So when they do a TV spot, spend millions of dollars on a TV spot during the NFL season, they don't need to show their value and their credibility and their authority. They have all that established. Everyone knows that already. They just need to keep reminding you, putting into your head, Jersey Mike, Jersey Mike, Jersey Mike, Little Caesar, Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light. Which is not what you're trying to do when you're doing a marketing activity or a marketing, whatever content. You're trying to build awareness. You don't have, as a mid-market company, you don't have that same level of, oh, I'm just driving down the road and I'll just pull over and stop into your store. It doesn't work the same way. You need to build actual affinity. You need to showcase your value, what makes you credible, what gives you your authority. You need to go from awareness, from here I am, to here's what we're all about. Let's have a conversation. Let's make some connection. And after there's that affinity, now I can sell you what I want to, actually sell you on the product or service that we actually do. Which is why you can't follow the formula that you're seeing on TV. Literally, as seen on TV, don't do it because it doesn't work for you. You don't have that same level of inbuilt, ingrained associations that a brand like Little Caesars or Jersey Mike's or Bud Light already has, so they don't have to do that, which I'm not saying is good marketing on their part, that they shouldn't do that. I very much think that they should do that. They just don't have to do that the same way that you have to do that. At the same time, I will just say, and as an NFL fan, bunkers. Everyone's following the same formula. At a certain point, I don't even know which is the Little Caesars ad, which is the Bud Light. It's all that they all feel the same to me, and I'm really just sick of them. I bet if you surveyed 100 NFL watchers, that 65 of them, or 65% of people would say, I am sick of the typical usual State Farm ad, the typical Little Caesars ad, the typical Bud Light ad, the same formula with the NFL star and the comedic schlock and blah, blah, blah. I think people are sick and tired of it. I think it doesn't resonate anymore. I think it's just noise at this point. So if I were just these companies themselves, just do something different already, just for my sake. I'm sick of watching it. But for you as a mid-market company, even as a smaller business, that model doesn't work. Don't look at what they're doing and say, oh, that's the marketing trend. That's not the marketing trend. That might be the marketing trend for them. It's not even a good trend. They could probably doing a heck of a lot better, but it doesn't work for you because you're not allowing yourself to build up that affinity by following that model that they're doing. And you're never having an actual conversation. And because you're never having an actual conversation, you can never have a point of actual connection with your audience. You're literally just going into a room saying, here I am, and then saying nothing else. And how awkward would that be? So don't do that. Create the awareness, get people's attentions. It's a conversation starter, and then have the actual conversation where you showcase your value and how you see the audience and why you're a good fit and how you meet their needs and so forth and so forth and so forth. Don't just do the here I am, Jersey Mike's.